which it's a public.
Okay, here we go. We're here. Look at the list.
Hey,
The list looks so.
well, I thought you would frame it so that it took up the screen, but it's just a notepad on your desktop. You couldn't have
Well, how about that?
done something like that.
Well, it's pretty close. But either way, this looks. First off, just seeing says is sick.
I
It
don't know,
makes
man.
me.
You could have worked with it.
Hold on. Maybe I can do page setup.
Hello, everybody. We're back at it.
Back at it
Looking
again
like
in the white
amateurs.
tees. How do I center it? Format? No. Format word wrap? No. This shit sucks.
No, bro. I don't know anymore. There used to be a window tab in the old Windows.
New window. No, it's
No, just don't maximize it. Go back.
That's what
to
I'm
how
saying.
it
I wanted it
was.
like this so it's in the center. Otherwise it's like up in this corner.
I know. You're okay.
You want
It's
bigger?
bad. It looks bad, but it's fine.
We'll make it bigger.
So we decided, stream, that maybe if we just have a list of topics we're gonna hit, um,
Both
it
ways
would
suck.
be better.
Both
It would be
ways.
better for us. Then you kind of know what's coming up.
We have some bullet points that we can kind of like jump
First off,
back to.
I don't see. I'm putting you in charge of what it says is bad. I'm not on the hunt. This is prelim. We're doing the prelim stuff.
Yeah, that means you're on the hunt. You're
I'm not on
prepping
the
for the hunt. Here, Stas
Yeah,
is prepping to
I'm not
hunt.
sure I like hunt as verbiage.
Is prepping to hunt.
Yeah, well, we're getting to that very soon, Larla.
Yeah. But first we should talk about why we had those songs.
Okay, yeah. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. Dead at 83, I believe.
Rest in peace. Oh gal.
Yeah,
He's always
she
sick,
was
Larla. What the fuck?
she was an icon.
Yeah, for sure.
As we discussed, it turns out I only really like two of her songs. So the two we listened to.
Yeah.
Everything else was like, I guess this is a song.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a different era.
Well, you don't need a stable of hits to be famous.
Well, she has plenty of songs that are getting a lot of play. We just not your vibe.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, just because I don't like them doesn't.
The
mean
stable is full. Okay, you just only like one or two of the horses.
Yeah, the star stable, if it were. Yeah.
Do not.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of people in her generation are just going to be dropping off. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be like a laundry list of people.
For what?
They're just going to be dying.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were talking about like their popularity or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting to that age. She's 83. Yeah. That's up there.
Yeah, I mean that's a good. If I made it to 83, it's probably for the best. You know what I mean? It's like that's good. I feel like anything past 85 and you're struggling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to. Okay, listen. If I get to 83 or 85, yeah, awesome. But I want to be a good 85. I don't want to like, have dementia for 5 years and then go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who does? Yeah,
but then again, maybe when you have dementia, it's not that bad.
After 85, I feel like the risk of that increases. You know what I mean? Your mind's going.
Yeah, but here's a crazy thing. Think about this, right? 83, and like some of the oldest people have gone to like what 115, 120, like in modern times. Like they get up there,
Sure.
and they're relatively healthy. Like I remember this one. I read this thing about this one lady. It was like 115, and she smokes a cigarette a day, and they're like, you're gonna have to stop that. And it's like, bro, she's 115.
Why?
She's 115.
You're gonna have to stop that.
Yeah, it's like what. I think we're gonna chalk this up as a dub.
I mean, she keeps it at one though, right? So that's
Yeah, or something like
good.
that, or has like one Coke a day, or something like that. She had some fix, right? And it's like, well, she's doing all right. She
I don't know. I mean, we live in America, so we're probably. I mean, our
awesome diet.
our life expectancy is going down. Larla, you should have absolutely done that, right? If anything you want me to talk about, I don't have a problem bringing it up. We only have 4 things today.
It'd be
I
hilarious.
mean, okay, the thing about this list is it may not even go in order, or we may not. We're gonna meander.
We're not gonna get to it all
as we do, right? We weave our way.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it would be better to have these things up. But you know what? let's get started with this.
Oh, speaking of the American diet, huh?
Yeah. So you've been you've succumbed to a malady in the past few weeks.
Malady sounds so much cooler. Wasn't Malady an item in League for a while?
Malady was what?
An item in League.
I don't know.
I think it was. I feel like I remember seeing that. It was like a little dagger or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Do you have any idea? We're going to get to your sickness in a second. Do you have any idea how much of our vocabulary comes from video games?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
so much shit I know from either video games or fantasy novels. It's like,
Yeah.
I could just start rattling off
Huh?
medieval weaponry and just all these words that come from people trying to sound old.
Oh, 100%. So much of my vocabulary comes from like fantasy games and shit like that. But yeah, look at here it is.
Yeah.
Malady.
This is not, I didn't learn this from League, but maybe you did, and that's fine too. Okay. So you came under the weather. It cost us a podcast a couple weeks ago and a Tuesday gaming session yesterday.
Yeah.
And you finally had a doctor's appointment today.
Okay.
So let everybody know.
Listen. Okay. So here's the reason I didn't do it earlier, a doctor's appointment, because it was like this thing that was like up and down. It was like it didn't feel good. Then I thought I was better. Then you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, okay, I'm recovered. Or like, it's fixed now, and then it wasn't. And then it was fixed now, and now it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of exhausting. And so yesterday it was so bad. Like I got I usually have eggs for breakfast very often. And this time I went to eat eggs, and I literally was so nauseous I thought I was gonna throw up. And I'm like, this is bad. I need to call a doctor. I need to schedule an appointment. And so I got a little virtual appointment the next day, which is today.
Okay.
So earlier.
So technically, you did not go to a doctor, right?
No, I didn't go, but I could get in quicker.
Yourself a virtual, yeah.
I could get in quicker.
Okay, tell me about this virtual visit. Is it a phone call? Is it a video chat?
It's a Zoom video chat. Yeah.
Cool.
It was my first time ever doing it.
Before the call starts to really just speed things along.
Wait, what?
Do they want you naked before the call starts?
No.
Make things quicker.
Yeah, he's like, if you could do a spin for me, it looks like you lost a couple pounds.
Yeah.
You a little light this week?
They've never met you before, so I don't know what lost a couple means.
Wait, what do you mean they never met me before?
It's not. Is it your doctor? Is it your GP?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. And it's the same one I saw like a year and a half ago.
Through my insurance, but it's like some random doctor. It's not even my doctor.
You can't. It's not through my insurance. It's through my doctor.
Through your doctor's office?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Fine. Okay, cool. Okay, so you set this appointment up. They're like, what the fuck's up with you? You don't even show up. You don't even get checkups. So what the fuck do you want?
Dude, he's so nice. I love my doctor. Although he was running late. I had to sit there in the Zoom call waiting for the session because they say like, hey, you should check in and like just be early, like be 15 minutes early. I'm like, okay, fine.
Sure.
And I'm not doing anything. I'm just laying around kind of resting. And so I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes and it's getting close and I get a call from the office. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, he's running late. It'll be another 15 minutes or so, you know. I'm like, okay. So I sit there for another 15 minutes, just having
Your
Zoom
clothes were
open.
off anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, maybe I have time, you know. No. No, can you imagine? He pops in like, what the fuck? But I ended up waiting like 30 minutes. It was 35 minutes. But he came in and we talked for a bit. I told him my symptoms. And so he seems to think that there isn't any sort of virus or infection because it's been happening, or it's been, you know,
sporadic.
It's been happening for so long. Usually if it's a issue, it's like 24 or 48 hours or something like that. He thinks that it's a good chance that I'm dehydrated, even though I drink a lot of water. He thinks that I probably need more electrolytes and suggested that I try drinking Gatorade, 2 quarts of Gatorade a day for a couple days and see how that works. Just to rule out dehydration. What?
Did you say 2 cups or 2 quarts?
2 quarts of Gatorade a day.
What the?
Yeah. He wants 2 quarts of Gatorade a day for 2 or 3 days.
Which flavor did you go with? Fierce?
I haven't got any yet. Mama Bear's bringing it because I was eating and getting ready for the show and shit. So I talked to my mom after the
ready
thing.
for the show.
Yeah, and she said she was coming over anyways to do laundry. So
yeah, well, good for mom, taking care of you.
Thanks, mom.
Cool. Okay, so that's our game plan. That's the diagnosis.
Well,
Dehydration, even though you're
that's
drinking
part
water
1.
and electrolyte.
That's part 1.
Now,
And then
okay,
part
keep going.
2 is he thinks that I might because I have on and off like acid reflux issues my whole life or whatever.
Sure.
And he thinks that it might be just flaring up really bad, and that's causing a lot of issues too.
Right.
He said if this is early gastroenteritis, I can't say the word, something like
Yeah.
that. He's like, if we nip it in the bud early, you can maybe just, he wants me to go. He pretty much wants me to go on an acid reducer for a month. Just go for a month. Even
Pravagen or whatever.
Prilosec.
Prilosec,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, Prilosec.
And he said, just do it for
I
a
knew it was
month.
a pain.
Even if you start feeling good after a week, like go the full month and see if that
Yeah,
fixes it. And
that's
so,
what I was on. I was on a generic Prilosec.
omeprazole. Is that what you had?
Yeah, I
That's
think it
that's the
was,
one. That's what I'm
actually.
gonna get. He said
Yeah,
he's
mine
like,
didn't do anything, but if yours works, awesome.
yeah, but he's like, oh, Costco has such a great deal on it. Just $8. Do you go to Costco? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, that's why I would recommend if you need a.
You responded all week like that. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. No, but it's just like, well, it's just like it was so strange to me that like, he's like, I can give you a prescription to get it at like Walgreens or something like that, but you can just get over the counter for 30 days. But if you wanted to, because he said you also could do 2 months worth, and I'm like, oh, well, I'd rather do as little as possible because I don't like taking pills. But I guess we're gonna do that, and then also I'm going to go in and do some blood work sometime in the next week. They're probably just gonna check like my cholesterol because the last time it was a little.
Yeah, he snuck all that in there. He's like, yeah, we might as well get all this
Well,
checkup stuff.
He didn't really push for it. He didn't really push for it. He did say like, so he was saying that, and he's like, I think this is probably a good idea, a good place to start, and we'll see how rule out some things, right? The easy things to deal with. And then and he's like,
don't you go to your yearly doctor visit?
Well, I don't know. It's a hassle.
It's not a hassle. It's like it's a great way to just cover the basics. You know what I mean? They give you a little blood work. You go. They tell you you're doing all right or not, and then they send you on their way. You said they send you on your way, and it for most insurances, and I'm sure whatever you got, the yearly visit, the yearly physical is free.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, what are you doing, pal?
Yeah.
See, here's my issue with going to the doctor. I'm overweight, and it's every time I go, they're like, you gotta drop 20. And it's like, I know, calm down,
I did drop 20. I just got 15 back. Relax.
Even with that, I still go. He's not gonna tell you that.
No.
Unless you got a little pouch.
I got a little pouch. I got a little pouch, but they don't say I'm overweight.
Yeah, but Brad, I can't. It's not. I'm not giving it up. Okay.
It's just not happening.
I put it on the weekends, bro. I was at the store today. You know how tempted I was to grab a fucking loaf.
You just want to like mow on bread, just like suck on that shit, like
fresh bread, dude, just to chow down.
But don't you get like super full? Like, how can you eat so much bread? Bread's so like filling for me.
I don't know, man. I'm larger than you.
Okay, but just because you have weight, some weight, doesn't mean that your stomach's actually like massively bigger than mine, right? Like, where's it going? Is it just you just shove it in there so that like it immediately goes in through your digestive tract before you eat?
I don't eat that much. It's not like I'm eating that much bread. Half a loaf.
Half a loaf sounds like a lot. Okay, half a baguette's better. Baguettes are the long, thin ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Half a loaf. God. Half a loaf is so much. You know what do they say? A bagel is like 4 slices of bread or something like that? Or 6?
I mean, it depends on the size. Those big bagels, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's some things I'm just not willing to give up. It's like I don't want to live a shitty life.
Now you know how alcoholics feel.
Yeah, I know, but they're not just drinking on the weekend. I have managed to only drink on the weekend, or only eat bread on the weekend.
I mean, you could say it that way. That way it works too.
God damn. Yeah. So okay, you're getting the Prilosec. You're gonna get some electrolytes in you. Hopefully, it turns around, and we don't have to cancel any more shows because the people want to watch us.
I know. Larla. Larla said she missed me.
For us to talk about whatever. Okay, Miss Merck, calm down.
Wait, what?
Um, as opposed to both of us.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, so
So
that's where we're at. We're gonna see how it goes. I do like when I think about it, like it definitely could be dehydration. That makes sense because sometimes like, and the thing is, I drink a ton of water. Like I'm very conscientious.
conscientious. You're
Conscientious.
getting it. You're getting it out there, buddy.
Listen, I'm dehydrated. I got a slur.
Okay.
You're gonna hear that one a lot lately, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like my mouth is dry, and like when I eat stuff, it's like super dry lately, and so maybe that is part of it. You know.
Right.
I just feel like I got dry mouth, like I've been smoking marijuana.
I have this weird thing where it feels like only the like in front of the bottom row of teeth, right under on the back of my lip,
Yeah.
down below, right, like on the bottom
where
there.
the chew goes.
What that part is called. Yeah, where the chew would go.
Yeah.
That part has been dry for like weeks.
Really? That's a weird place to be dry.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of blowing my mind. Trying to think about that. What would that feel like?
It's just like I feel like as we get older, things just go wrong with you, and they're always not worth telling your doctor about. Like I'm not gonna be like, hey, I have this weird dryness in one very specific part of my mouth. What's going on there? You know?
That reminds me of so when I was young, there was all those older shows on, and what was the one? Was it Becker where he was a doctor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ted Danson.
Yeah. And there was one episode, and I didn't watch it a lot, but there's one episode that I just remember for some reason. And I think it was like this guy came in and he's like, yeah, you know, every time I do this, it fucking hurts, or this happens, blah blah blah. And he's like, well, then stop doing it. Like that was his doctor advice. And it's like, I guess this is just what life is. Like as you get older, like you just can't do things anymore. Certain things are just gonna suck for. Or what is it? Louis C.K. does a stand-up bit too. He's like, you're 40 now. That's just how it is, right?
Yeah, right.
It's like,
just
oh,
like
that sounds miserable.
You have to kind of just live with it now. Like some things just aren't going to work right.
Yeah, you know the sad part about this? I always thought like when people get to like 80 or 90 and they're just like, I'm at peace with dying, like I'm ready to die. And it's because they spent 40 years dealing with shit that's just broken, right? It just collectively adds up, and they're just like,
maybe they're just in pain all the time.
Yeah, and it's just like, you ever see those guys who the old guys who look like they are in pain all the time? They're just like always kind of like wide-eyed and like shaky.
They walk so slow, or they walk like they're almost completely bent over as they're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. It's not great dealing with chronic pain, whether it's from age or from something you have. It's so debilitating.
Any chronic health issue, right?
Yeah, any chronic health issue. But I feel like some of the worst ones are like the invisible ones that aren't obvious, because it's like you're not feeling
great. Did you just get echoey?
Did I?
Chat, did he just get echoey? Because or am I, maybe I'm dehydrated.
Anyway, I mean, did you unmute my share screen or something?
Oh, wait, is that what it is?
Anyway.
No, it is muted.
I feel like the invisible ones are the worst, because it's like you're not feeling great, but to everyone else it looks like you're doing normal, and it's so hard to get people to understand that it's like I'm not 100% right.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. As opposed to like if I have a broken arm, people are like, okay, yeah, I get it. You got a broken arm.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's like there's something wrong inside of me and I feel this way, and it's very uncomfortable, and it's like just digging at me for weeks, and people are like, people say stuff like, oh, you're always sick,
and it constantly ails you, and you don't want to complain about it because you don't want to always complain about it, but it's like some days you just got to be like, I'm not up for this.
Yeah,
it sucks. And then it gets to the point where it's like, have I just acclimated to it? Is this my new normal? Like you forget what quote unquote normal feels like.
Yeah. Today was a bad one. I had this grocery store, and I feel like I ran a marathon. Everything hurts, and I'm exhausted. It's just, yeah. It's health issues blow, man. Yeah, really annoying to hear me too when you say you're tired.
I'm trying to parse that one.
Oh, like when someone says, when Larla says I'm tired, and someone's like, yeah, me too.
When you're tired from an ailment, and they're like, oh yeah, me too. It's like, babe, okay, calm
I'm
down.
tired from like I'm tired from like fighting death off, and you're tired because you walked a lot.
Yeah, what did you do? Carry a new roll of toilet paper up from the basement? Relax.
Did you wake up a little early today?
Couldn't fall back asleep after you took your pee at 4 a.m.?
God, I'd kill for that right now. These past 2 weeks have been miserable. I've been sleeping like shit too, and part of it could be stress because like once you have like the health issues and it's like not going away, I start stressing about it, obviously, right? And then it starts affecting my sleep, and then it makes it worse, and it's just like,
yeah, it's a vicious cycle. It sucks.
Yeah, and that's why that's another reason.
Yours, being honest, is it's a relatively minor issue, and even then, it has.
Compared to like real shit,
yeah, right.
Well, yeah, I mean, just
compared to like some shit you're just going to have to live with,
Oh, maybe it is though. Maybe it is still that. Who knows?
Yeah.
But hopefully not. Maybe I just slam Gatorade daily now.
Yeah,
that's
we're
my
still
life.
Optimistic. You've got game plans upon game plans.
Yeah. It's a good day.
Okay.
So now we've hashed out ailments.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what are you prepping to hunt for?
So
how are you prepping to hunt? How about that?
As we know, I'm going to be getting back on that dating scene, right? I feel like. So here's the deal, okay? I know we got a lot of ladies watching, maybe some gentlemen, but the thing is, from the man's point of view, you have to min-max the fuck out of your dating profile, right? Like
thumbnails are everything.
You can't leave anything to chance. So I need to make sure my profile is on point, right? So I feel like the more I plan this out, the better prepared I'll be to hit the ground running at the end of the summer when I jump back in, right?
And you want to use our audience for your personal gains.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm going to be thinking out loud. And not even the audience necessarily, because, they're hit or miss. Okay, sometimes they're here and chatting, and sometimes it's like we're talking to ourselves, which is fine, which is kind of the point of all this.
Right.
So it's almost I can just sound it off you. You know what I mean?
Sure. But ladies in chat, if you're here, chime in because feminine touch won't hurt the situation.
So the first thing we need to square away, right, are the pictures. Okay, this is the most important part about any profile, even on Hinge where you have like prompts and shit.
Yeah,
the pictures are what sells it. I hate the game, right? But I have to play it.
The game hates you.
I'm trying to find a partner, for the rest of my stupid life.
Yeah, the back nine.
Yeah, for the back nine. Yeah, exactly. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm gonna throw my screen up. Can we do this?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're gonna show this. You're watching the stream. Good supporter.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're picturing a picture here.
Yeah.
Okay. Where am I going here? Okay. This is what I'm looking. This is what I look at on the daily. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna this is Notepad. How this could take up a good portion of the screen.
Yeah, what the hell am I looking at? I'm a truck main?
Okay, don't worry about this. Is a little song I put together, a little rap.
I'm a truck main.
So
wait.
I have random shit in my Notepad that I never get rid of.
You're making a rap about being a trucker? Or what's going on here?
This is old, but I did make a rap about it because I thought it would be funny.
Well, you only got 4 lines in.
Yeah, I know, man. The creative juices they run dry, and I don't.
They run dry after 2 minutes?
I'm trying to force a rap about being a truck main.
Oh, you had to wait for it. You had to wait for inspiration for the next stanza.
It's just gonna sit like that, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, what else I got here? This is a walkthrough of a game.
Drakengard?
This is some ROMs I wanted to download onto my Steam Deck.
Parasite Eve classic. God, that's old.
Let's see. This is
Price of Power.
I don't even know what these are. These might be visual novels, or they might be something else.
You know what they are? They're pending title. You came up with the titles
first. They might
first.
be books. They also might be books.
You came up with the titles first, and then you want to write a story about these titles.
Yeah. This is
The Mermaid Hulu.
These are shows that were recommended to me. I'm pretty sure Chloe recommended me some of these.
Is The Mermaid the one where they talk about like the mermaid industry?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's some documentary out there on one of the
I did
streams.
see that. I did
Yeah.
see that. This is the script for my stand-up that I wrote out and practiced.
Oh, nice.
It was bad, but hey, I did it. You know, I can say I did it.
What's going on here? You guys,
Um,
you chose this font color?
yes, I like pink.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
I
I
like
like
dark
pink
mode.
too, but I don't fucking do everything that way because it's harsh on the eyes. But whatever, you
Yeah,
do you.
okay. This seven's a private conversation, which I won't show.
Why do you have a
Um,
private conversation in a notepad?
I have reasons.
Okay.
These are questions I might ask on a date.
Wait. Name a location in which you the date. This sounds like a dating show. Name a location in which you would not want to find a tattoo on your partner.
Okay, so here's my idea
Tip
for a
of the
date.
penis.
Okay, okay. I feel like when you're out on a date, whether first, second, or third date, right? Sometimes you have questions, right, in which there is, I think the term is there are expectancy violations, right? Like if I tell you how many kids I want, then the pressure is on you as my date to agree with me, right? If you like me or not, right? There's pressure there. So my
Under
idea
pressure.
was during a date, what we would do is we would have questions we ask each other, and then we would write down our answers or like put them on our phone and then reveal them simultaneously. So we have an idea of like what
Yeah.
we're into or what our, you know, where we stand on shit.
Sure.
I don't know. It's like a fun little game we could play. I don't know.
I like the game aspect of it, but also I don't know. I feel like there's if you're trying to play the expectation game, like not being open with each other, so it's already a bad
No,
start.
I know. It's just, but it's a sort of it's a pressure that happens naturally on the date. You know what I'm saying?
I'd like to
Like,
pressure you naturally.
hey man, you're a good friend of mine, but we're not, and I know you're hard up, but that's not what I'm after.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the deal. I need 6 photos, right?
You have to do 6?
Yeah, 6 is probably the standard.
Okay.
Okay. So I need a list of like what I'm going for in each of these photos, right? Now, oh my God.
What
You
do
can
you not hold shift?
I am holding shift. Okay.
Sure. The
So
computer's
on the
wrong.
old Stas profile, I was telling a story. Now this is my most successful profile to date. Okay, I had a little pictorial, right?
Can you tell me what
First was
Yeah. Okay.
first was the intro, and on Tinder you can add text into your photo. So I would have almost all the text in the photos themselves, so people don't have to go to the profile that they're not going to anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically it was like an intro. Hey, it was basically like a hey. I'm gonna be your next boyfriend, and here's why. Okay, this is me at my most confident. Okay,
Nice. Yeah. I like this.
okay. So basically, it was an intro, normal, smiling picture, right? Just me into the camera.
Do we not
Me
have
just
these
in my
pictures? Can we not look at the
apartment.
pictures?
No, we can't look at the pictures right now. I
Oh.
don't have. Well, let me see if I have them. Okay, we might be entering dangerous territory in pictures.
You want me to minimize this for a second?
No, no, I don't have them.
Okay. Oh, your computer looks very different than mine. Or your
Okay,
PC setup.
they're not on my. They might be in my phone. Okay, give me a second here, chat. Huh? I didn't think I'd need them, but maybe they're for.
Well, it's more entertaining if we get to see the damn pictures instead of you
I know it is.
describing them.
Okay, hindsight's 2020. Relax.
Hey, get some glasses.
Shit, I don't even know if I have these. Okay, this is what. Okay, this could work. I'm gonna start sending you stuff. Remove my screen. I'm gonna start sending you pictures. Put them up in put them up. Okay.
Okay.
Can you do that, bro?
Yeah, yes. I know my way around a computer,
You say,
unlike
oh, you
some
said
people.
okay, like you had doubts. Okay, this is the picture I led with. I felt like it was a good one.
Okay, hold on. Oh wow, it's really big. Hold on, let me. There we go. Yeah, I'm dehydrated. Relax, dude. All right, here's Stas. Look at it. This is Stas, guys. For those who don't know what he
they've
looks
seen me
like.
before.
Maybe some of them.
Some. Okay.
Look at this sweet young man, huh?
That was photo number one. Okay. And then I started talking about like all the stuff I like who I am. You know what I mean?
You have kind
Um,
eyes.
thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'll send you this one. This wasn't number two, but it was in there.
This what wasn't?
This wasn't number two, but it was in the six.
Okay, okay. Oh, really? You're picking on the old fucking bunny foo foo?
So I have a fairly substantial board game collection, and I thought it would be funny if here I am playing a board game against a stuffed animal. I don't know. I thought it was cute,
It
and
is. It
then
is cute.
and then the caption was basically like, "Hey, I like playing board games. Yada yada yada. This could be us." It wasn't jokey, but this one was sincere. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Who took the picture?
me. I did.
How?
Okay, so if I have a okay, if you look at my hand,
You're holding a
that's folded
clicker?
into my arm. I'm holding a clicker.
No shot.
I am.
That's so
I did
good.
all of these myself. I spent an evening setting up all of the pictures you're going to see, and then taking them. They're all of them.
Also,
Like
what game is this?
this is called Yinch.
Yinch.
Yinch. It's actually a really good abstract game. 2 players.
Yeah, I see. Were you trying to get
Okay.
some donuts and some holes?
So this was basically how I'm like, hey, yada yada yada.
This is me.
Um,
This is what I like doing.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Larla, that's Timmy. Okay, that's the stuffed animal.
Oh, that's
that got
right.
A letter. That's the stuffed animal that got a letter on Valentine's Day. As I said in the story, he is very cute. All right.
No wonder, dude.
He's a good-looking bunny.
That's hilarious.
I've had him since I was 3 years old.
Look at-
He's older than Knox. For fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
Might be older than me.
No.
Close.
Oh wait, shit. Wait. How old are you? 36?
Yeah.
I was thinking I'm 33, like an idiot. Yeah.
Bro, yesterday I kept thinking I was 33. I'm like,
Dude,
33. I
Yeah,
wish.
he may be older than you. So
You know what's wild though? This feels like an ongoing, like he's like your arch nemesis.
Oh shit! I have the ones with the captions on them. Okay, let me resend you this. Let me resend you. Okay.
Oh god. Okay.
Hey,
Restart.
can you
Restart.
relax?
Bro, I'm dehydrated. I can't do anything but relax. Here we go.
Okay, actually, I guess this was a joke.
Had to be cheating. Okay. Oh yeah, it wasn't a joke, huh?
I forgot what I wrote.
I'm very impressed, Laura, because I saw the picture and it didn't click for me at all.
Okay, so I would have these little captions that basically like told the story. Now I want to say to date, this was by far my most successful profile. I got multiple likes a week, which is phenomenal for me. So
That's phenomenal for any dude.
I'm multiple matches a week, right?
That's crazy.
Women, I would be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But then
shit.
you fumbled the bag.
Stop.
Okay. Ooh, what's this? Look at this one. Oh, look at you, Dapper Man.
This you can see the clicker.
I
as
see the
well.
clicker. Yeah.
Okay, so one thing about me is I'm a big fan of color.
Grays
So I
and
like to
navies are
hi- I wanted-
boring.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight that. All right, I'm not trying to just I'm not trying to wear the basic colors. all
Yeah,
right?
it's
That's
a
some
subtle
basic
jab at the
bitch-
military.
That's some basic man bitch shit. Okay, so I wanted to highlight that because that's I like.
That's
to be a
part of
little
your
bit loud with
personification,
with
your
my
persona.
wardrobe, as it were.
Yeah. Well, it's just so they know when you guys go out, you might look better than she does.
Yeah, 100%.
You gotta be upfront about that stuff. Chicks don't
Yeah,
like being surprised with
I
that.
agree. Okay, here's one I sent because I thought it was funny.
And officers of the law, that's right. Let's see here. Okay. What are we doing? You set up this photo for, dude. I like to bake. I'll even bake for that party you're going to drag me to where I have to pretend to like sports with a bunch of guys. Yeah, I saw the game. What a second half. Am I right?
I thought it was funny. I don't know.
I mean, it's cute. It's clever.
I mean, so first off, what I'm going for here is like I'm not going to tell you I love to go out to random parties with strangers I don't know, but at the same time, I'm going to say I'm the kind of partner who's willing to do that with
Yeah.
my person. You know what I mean?
I like how you dusted up your face with some flour.
Yep.
That's realistically that's how it happens every time you cook.
I do like to bake, but I almost never bake because I do not bake without eating. Okay, like I'm not baking shit.
It's also nice to cook for other
and
people
I don't
sometimes.
need to be eating my own baked goods all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when these photos were taken, I was living alone. Like I would have just
let me just bake a loaf of bread every day.
Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't made bread, which I really should.
You've never made bread?
No, I haven't.
How is that
My
happen?
mom has, and it's very good, but I don't know.
Yeah.
My baking is almost entirely restricted to cookies. I don't know why.
That's not a bad thing.
Just
why do you think I sent all my stuff to other people, Miss Merck says? Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, it's a good strategy, but I just feel too bad about going through all that effort
and not devouring a baguette.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you earned that baguette.
Let's see. Okay, here's another. This one I got. This one's a little controversial. I started playing with filters.
Oh, what kind of filters are we talking here? It's just a picture of like Chris Hemsworth. What am I looking at? Looks like I'm concerned. A fight's about to break out. The pants are red. Well, it's hard to tell. Male resting bitch face. Bad filter on this. I don't know what I'm doing. It's not a bad picture, honestly. It's pretty good.
Yeah, well,
it's a good picture.
Anyway,
I think it's a good picture. I don't know. We should ask the ladies.
Thank you. I have a couple others, but that's what I have in my phone.
I like the shirt. I like the cuffs being all bright and shit like that.
Okay, now these are all the photos I took for the diet journal.
Hold on, I have a question.
Oh yeah, update on the diet. I'm down like 10 pounds from that journal.
Really?
From the time of the journal. Yeah, I'm looking to keep it going, you know?
That's awesome. Is it keeping you in check like a little bit? You're like, well, maybe I won't do cookies again, or
100% it is. Just having that experience is keeping me in check.
That's nice. Now I got a question here, Stas.
Yeah, what's up?
So here I'm seeing my wardrobe has lots of colors because grays and navies are boring, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then here's the picture you led with. I'm seeing gray and navy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's a light blue underneath the jacket.
The old bait and switch, huh?
Yeah, don't relax, okay? I can't. I'm not gonna. I can't find a men's pink. You know.
We'll just get a woman's large
jacket. I'm not. That's not where I'm at.
You're not there yet?
No.
Maybe one day.
Man, I may never be there. Okay, one last picture.
Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna look like when I'm 72.
Is this a picture of Frank?
Yeah, I did.
What is it? Look at those old ass headsets. Can you not buy your dad some?
Listening to a Walkman, bro. He's listening to a radio Walkman. Okay, it doesn't even have a cassette player in it. It just has AM and FM.
Oh no! So you couldn't even get a better headset if you want, or headphones. What is he doing? Just looking at bills or some shit?
I don't know what he's looking at. It may be bills. It may be stock stuff. It may be stuff about the Buffalo Sabres. I don't know.
Okay? He gets mail about the Sabres?
I don't know why I took this.
He is rocking some skinny jeans.
Yeah. Frank is. He may be one of the lightest members of my immediate family.
Look at that chair, though, huh?
He's big. He's the biggest health nut by far.
Really?
Yeah. And he keeps himself in shape.
Well, how is he a health nut? Like, I know he avoids the peppercorn.
He eats well. He doesn't eat a lot of junk. Like he can eat half a cookie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but is that a conscious decision, or is that just like he just isn't into it?
Yes. I think it became habit over a number of years, but he just has good eating habits.
Because there's some people like that, you know, who are just like, one cookie and I'm full.
he has a lot of greens in his diet and all this other nonsense. It's fine. It's whatever.
Good for
He does.
him.
Yeah, good for him. I'm not. I don't follow in those footsteps.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
I got a question.
yeah.
So you see the red thing right above his knees? What is that? Little hand?
That's I don't know what that is.
That's I don't know.
It might be a toy.
Why does Frank have a toy?
No, that's past him.
Well, I know,
That's
but
leaning up
it's
against the fireplace.
yeah, okay,
It
but
does look like a spoon. I don't know what I don't know why a spoon would be there though.
I know it's not on his knee, but I'm saying even if it wasn't, there's a toy in the room. Why would there be a toy in the room? It's not like you have kids running around.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, my as well, you may not. Nobody may know this. Why would they know this? No, there's no grandkids running around yet. I have two sisters. Both are married. No grandchildren.
Yet.
My mom's good friend, she has a granddaughter, and she would come over sometimes and like bake or just to hang out or whatever.
Okay.
And so they had toys laying around for her.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I don't know if it is a toy though. It could just.
There's no way it is. What is it? A toy amongst a folder? She can read. She can read stock reports and play with a little fucking plastic hand.
No, there's a basket there, and there's a bunch of dumb shit in there. I think.
Yeah, it's a junk basket. It's like a junk drawer,
maybe.
But outside.
All right, we don't have to spend all day analyzing Frank's photo.
I love looking at Frank. I don't know.
Okay, so come back to my screen.
Yep.
Well, Larla, I'm going to be trying to work on it, but listen, my sisters are the ones that got married. I think my younger sister, I believe, was still in her 20s. My older sister was in her early 30s. That's on them.
That's on them at that point.
That's on them. They knew what I was doing, which was jack shit.
It wasn't like you had vaginas to fill.
So okay. No, we don't need to do the old one.
Okay.
Because we kind of know what that was.
Yeah.
Now, I like the idea of trying to not tell a story, but just to showcase myself. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want to reuse these pictures, right? I want to have something new.
You want to do something new and fun.
But in the same vein, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I definitely want a super silly picture. Okay. That's definitely should be among the list here.
Well, wait, hold on. This is much vaguer than what you had before.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to get more specific. Can you just give me 2 seconds?
Sorry, I'm dehydrated.
Yeah, you sure are.
Anyway. Where's my mom with my Gatorade? Said 36-year-old man.
What I'm thinking of, and I'm thinking like, okay, how those? I want a picture where, posing like I'm in a school photo, right? And with the 90s laser background. You remember those?
No. Let me do a little quick Google search. 90s laser background.
Photo laser background.
Oh, this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
This isn't 90s. This has got to be fucking 80s, bro.
Okay, whatever.
This is 80s shit.
Right? I feel like doing one of these would be funny just to throw in, like near the end, not right up front. But it's just silly and something cute.
So easy to Photoshop, dude. Just take a picture on the white wall or whatever you got.
I have a green screen.
Oh,
so I can
perfect.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got?
Okay. What else? Okay, I feel like the intro needs to still be a standard headshot, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the thing.
Well, I don't know, because here's the thing. The first picture has to reel them in. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them see the one.
The best. I agree. It has to be the best one.
Yeah. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a standard headshot. You just want something.
Maybe it's just the upper torso, the bust.
I'm gonna say this. You know the one that you showed that I liked, that you said was like filtered or whatever. I like that pose, and I think that would be a good first picture.
I don't know. I'm not.
Or something in that vein. Huh?
Okay.
You don't have to face
the camera there.
You don't have to face the camera. You just have to.
Like the first picture, you got to face the camera.
No. Reel them in first. Then you doing a face like a straight on. It's just so like formal or I don't know, unnatural. I mean, it can work. I don't fucking know. Best picture.
Well, okay,
Yeah, best picture.
yeah.
Best picture. Breast?
Breast picture.
Yeah, you do a little titty pic. Yeah, reel him in.
Right next to the E, bro.
Thunderstorm again. If I disappear abruptly, I'm jealous.
Okay, obviously the best picture, right? Okay, so I have 4 more picks to fill. What the? I have 4 more picks to fill in.
You're really bad
right?
at typing. How do we get through conversations?
Listen, I'm on.
Can you double space 6? It's bothering me. You're double spacing the rest.
Don't. I'm nervous.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, this guy did stand up
So-
last week, and he's nervous about writing a list.
Yeah, shut up.
Dehydrated.
Okay, so we got it. There needs to be a picture about my hobbies. Like, okay, like maybe.
Well, okay.
I don't know what to do.
What are we
right?
including here?
Like, board gaming,
You could just say gaming in general, right?
gaming.
Yeah. Okay. What do you got for like outdoorsy stuff? You know?
The thing is, I don't. I'm a homebody. I don't go outside.
Yeah, but
No
there's
one's taking
something
my
you go
picture
out
there.
for. You go out
Is there
sometimes.
ice cream? Yeah, I go out for groceries and ice cream.
That's not true. That's not true. You went out for you went out to that concert?
What?
That concert?
Oh yeah, that concert. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I go out so rarely, and no one's taking my picture.
I know. Well, I mean, it's nice to see you going out of the house because people like to go out of the house sometimes. You know?
Yeah, Larla, I'm gonna say I'm not going to broadcast that I podcast because I feel like
What do you mean? You definitely should.
no, I feel like that would be like, okay, kid, you're a 40-year-old white man with a podcast. Tell me what else is new. You know
What the fuck does that mean? So if you're 30 and black, it'd be
I feel
fine.
like everyone's got a podcast.
Name
something to
3
show
people you
later.
know with a podcast.
Stop.
Yeah.
You. That's one. Jim never got his off the ground. I can't even say him.
Yeah.
He wanted to do one.
Yeah, there's still time. Ben Verlander, Trevor Plouffe, and you guys. I don't know any of those people. But it doesn't matter. What it shows is that you're motivated. You're
You think so?
independent. You're... Yeah, I think there's like good features. You know.
I don't see. The thing is like, I don't know if that, like, yeah, I do a podcast, but that's something I would put in the profile and maybe not worth a picture, because what is that? What is the picture of me sitting at a computer with a headset on?
Yeah, and your bunny's your co-host. That'd be hilarious.
That would
Put the bunny in all the
cute.
pictures, man.
Should I just hide him? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, maybe I put caption, first pick, bonus game. Find the bunny in all my picks.
You're gonna...
Shit.
No,
Some
I think that
weird
put that in the
Waldo shit.
profile, right? Well, maybe not.
Yeah, fine.
Maybe actually if it's in the first picture, it gets them to swipe through, right?
Yeah.
You're baiting people into looking at you.
Yeah, shit. I'm using some tactics here.
You're gamifying it. All right. Best picture. Board game and stuff gaming.
Okay, so something not necessarily outdoorsy, but something active, right? Like I'm going to an event or I'm doing something along those lines.
100%.
So I have from now until the end of the summer to go to something and get my picture taken. Right?
Yeah. You even you, like you said, you had that picture of you going swimming in Jim's pool the other day. That's outdoorsy.
Yeah, I didn't take me.
I know, but I'm saying like that's outside enough that you could be like, hey,
yes,
I like to go
agree,
swimming.
But I'm not trying to.
You ain't trying to show your bod.
I'm not trying to show me in a swimsuit. Okay. Now listen, I am trying to approach this, and I'm trying to approach this whole thing in general, and maybe my life in general, with a little more confidence. Okay. I feel like not a lack of confidence. That's done. That's over. That's pre-40 bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine to approach my life and this dating thing with some confidence.
Wait, you're
say,
not 40 yet?
I'm going to be in less than a month.
Wait, when is it?
It's June 21st. We already talked about that.
I'm dehydrated, bro.
Ah,
Where's
okay.
the bunny go at the pool? He's gonna be in a lifeguard outfit, sitting on the edge.
Yeah, who knows? We'll get him. We'll get him dressed up. We have time to plan this out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the last pick, maybe family oriented. You know,
Yeah, that's
I don't
good.
know. I don't know something a group pick, right? I feel like that's super important
I think so too.
because
It shows that you're
it shows you
social.
have you have other people in your life, and I do. It's just that I don't. Again, I'm not photogenic, so we would have to take 40 bajillion of them before we found one that's like,
No, you just have
okay,
to find
I'm
some
willing to
ugly
show that to
friends.
somebody.
You
I
know what I
don't
mean?
know. I don't
Get the
have those.
cheerleader
All right.
effect.
Only beautiful people in my life,
Including you, buddy.
including you, buddy.
Uh,
We're not taking any pictures together
yeah.
at this time, anyway.
Boy,
Okay,
we
so
would. It would be a mess if you and I were on camera
well,
together.
yeah, it would be. It would break. It would break all kinds of
Be like, are these people?
lenses.
What's going on? Are they
Okay,
smiling?
so I want the best picture. I want something active. I want my hobbies: board gaming, family oriented, podcasting. This is a maybe. I don't. This is up in the air, and a super silly picture.
That's fine.
Right.
Just
Hi, Timmy, strategically in all picks. Captain first pick. Okay. You know what? This is a good start.
whoops.
This is my picture setup.
Yeah.
We can go from here and we'll build to this. Maybe next week or the week after in the future, we'll talk about something else. Maybe what I put on the profile. But
Yeah.
I think this
Well,
is a
what
good
about
start.
this? What if you get it? Maybe. Okay. Maybe I'm spitballing here.
Okay.
Just do a dozen pictures, right? Just get crazy with it. When you're feeling creative one day, just pop them off. Maybe you do it a couple times over the next couple weeks, and then you bring the pictures here, and we can talk about, hey, would this one be good? Should we do this one? Which one looks good, right?
Yeah.
We can
Yeah. We'll do it
we can help decide.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Not just
I
on what
agree.
you're doing, but which ones.
Yes. Okay. I like that.
Oh, this is
Okay.
gonna be a great arc.
What's next on our topic list? I feel like we're done with this.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Oh, super secret old topic.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Have you ever had a disagreement or an argument with somebody, and then long past when you had the argument, you're still thinking about it, and you're still like, I should have said this, or I should have said that, or I don't like the way it ended. I don't think I was wrong.
Yes, but I think that happened a lot more when I was younger. I think I tend to not really hold.
You just let it go now?
Well, I probably just get distracted by stuff, to be
Okay.
honest.
I'm going to show you something, and I want you to guess what this is about just based off what you're seeing. Okay?
Oh, no. Okay. Am I showing stream?
Yeah, you're showing my screen.
Okay.
Get ready.
Oh, wait. Okay, let me pop this back out. Okay.
I'll wait till I see it. Okay. What are we looking at?
I mean, this has got to be a CS:GO map. Hold on.
No.
Oh, is it Valorant?
Close.
It's Valorant.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what map this is?
This is the one with the ropes.
Yeah, Split.
Split.
Okay. This is A site.
Okay.
Do you remember this at all?
No.
Do you remember any argument we had here at all?
No, I don't.
Okay, because I do.
Oh, wait. Is this something like I did a Viper line onto A?
No, it has nothing to do with what you did.
Okay, what happened?
Okay. So we
Wait, hold on. I need okay. I need the full premise, right?
Okay. We're on defense. Okay.
Is this when like Valorant first came out and we were playing, or what?
No. This was when we were most recently playing it together.
When did we play together? Like a year ago?
Yeah, whatever. You remember me dropping the bomb in the hole? Like that time.
What bomb in the hole?
I had the we had it was a TikTok of it. I dropped the bomb in the
Oh, yeah.
That map.
Yeah. Okay.
It was during that time.
Oh god, that was so funny. No, not the bomb.
Okay.
You dropped the gun. You tried dropping the bomb.
Oh yeah, I tried to drop the bomb and I dropped the gun. Okay.
That's right.
That's neither here nor there.
That was good.
Okay. So this is gonna get a little in the weeds for you people, all right? This is gonna get a little strategical.
This is personal. How long have you been dwelling on this?
A while.
Are you
I
kidding
don't
me?
think about it all the time, but I remember it very clearly.
So
Okay?
every so often it pops up and you're like, this motherfucker.
Yes.
This is gonna
Okay.
be good.
So we're on defense, right?
Okay.
And I'm Brimstone. Okay. And I smoke here
Okay.
in this region, right?
We're on defense?
And Yes, on defense.
Okay,
And
for
you
people who don't know
say,
where that's the top side of the map.
yes, we're on the top, right? I'm in this bomb site right here. This is bomb site A.
Okay.
Okay. This is up a little bit. This is called heaven. It's elevated, and this is where the attackers come in from below here.
Yep.
Okay. I smoked this.
Okay.
And you're like, and Knox is as well. That's that's an offensive smoke. Don't use that one. Right? Like, what are you doing? That's an offensive smoke.
Okay.
Okay. And you said the better smoke is here.
Okay.
Okay. I am convinced this is a perfectly fine defensive smoke. Okay.
Wait, no, that's a bad smoke because then they get to go up ramp. We don't get to see them at all.
No. Okay. So here, let me explain my reasoning. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about this smoke first off. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, this smoke cuts their vision off of A ramp and then also kind of prevents them from just walking into A main, right?
Right.
And that's kind of what you would think of as a defensive smoke, to cut their path off and sort of like then play it off there. So normally when you're playing this site, right, you're going to have somebody in sight somewhere, whether at screens or elbow or in the site proper or maybe in heaven or whatever,
Or
and
hell.
someone, or rafters rather, and someone's going to be here in a ramp. They're going to move right down and check ramp like right away, right? It's
Yeah.
not uncommon, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of the setup you're working with. However, okay, this smoke does not stop a dedicated rush. A 5-man rush, that smoke does not get down in time to block them. They're already, the first couple people at least are already through into A main by the time that smoke finishes getting popped down and through and covered, right?
Is that real?
Yes, that's real.
We're gonna have to load up and confirm.
They'd have to full on rush it, but yes, they're already partially through by the time that smoke comes down. Okay, so yes, this cuts off this angle. All right. However, let me get rid of this.
I wish Knox was here.
What am I doing? Gross. Layer 2. I put this on layer 1.
Oh
I
my
downloaded
God.
paint.net specifically to have layers. Okay. So this smoke, all right.
Okay.
Now we don't need Knox here. You know what? I came up with all our CS:GO strategies. Okay.
Not mine.
Yeah, you saw you were on the B team at that time.
Yeah, and we beat you.
Shit.
We beat you so bad we had to Rambo your asses.
No, we were winning and you gave up. That was the problem.
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, so okay, let's talk about this smoke right here. Okay, one, this gets down.
Yeah, I had Extreme on my team.
This
Yeah.
This gets down before they can get into A main. All right, so it cuts off vision for them. Now, the claim that you and Knox made is that the defense doesn't have vision of them, which is untrue, right? Because of this person here is going to be they can still peek, right? Not only that, but we don't need to see them, because if we're playing in a ramp or in the site, all we need are footsteps, right? We're just trying to call out how many people are in A, right? And it's very easy to discern whether there's 1, 2, or more than 2 people in a site, right? Just from footsteps alone, right?
Okay.
The A ramp person is going to look at it
If they're not walking.
Yes, if they're not walking, but that's why the person in A ramp is there to peek it, right? And this cuts off vision for them here, so they can't start clearing angles from this spot right here, right? Because then they start clearing this, then they clear the screens, then they clear elbow, and then they clear sight. All right, they have a lot of options once they get into A main, right? If they don't have that, and they can't push this smoke without coming out here and being susceptible to anyone hiding in any of the or watching any of these places, right? So they have to be watching all of these spots at once. So the option for the possibility of a trade goes way in defense's favor, right? Like, you're getting kills as they're coming in, right? You can also spray down the smoke if you hear a dedicated rush going in. All right, that's also almost guaranteed damage. Them spraying out from A main isn't going to get a lot of stuff, especially if you're not playing in a standard location. You see? And so what this does is that it forces them up this ramp, right? If they want to go into A, they're probably not going to go through this smoke. They're going to go up A ramp, right? And this guy up here can simply fall back into heaven, right? Wait for the guy who always plays mid to come over and help, all right? The person down here can catch any stragglers coming through the site, keep smoking this spot, all right, in case they're slow pushing it. And if we know at least 4 of them are here, the people who are playing B can start rotating over, whether through the back or from our side. Okay. So, given all that,
You got a whole sketchboard here.
yeah, given all that, this smoke right here is a fine defensive play. I'm not going to say it's the best. I can't make that determination, but I want to say this smoke is fine on defense.
Let me ask you this. Okay.
Yes.
Say we're on offense.
Okay.
And we want to rush ramp. Where are we going to smoke?
We are going to smoke there. Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
It also works on offense.
Exactly.
But it just depends on the game plan, right? This is fine. If you're rushing ramp and we're doing this strategy, you're playing right into our hands. We're okay with this. We're basically seeding you the ramp in order to gain control of the rest of the game.
I don't think we want the ramp though. I mean, I don't think as defense we want to give them the ramp.
I think it's fine. This is a very tight area. A molly here in A main, and you can just start throwing stuff in here, right? Or you can just start shooting stuff, right? Like this is not a great area to be stuck in my opinion.
I think
this doesn't do anything for
Here's
you.
the thing. I think that your smoke can work, but I don't think it's ideal. It can work, it especially can work if your whole team is playing this specific play, right? Where the mindset is, okay, I'm going to smoke this and ramp's going to fall back and people are going to rotate.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, when the smoke doesn't work is when you have like an opper here, right, in the back, right, trying to pick from screens.
Yeah.
I'm not in love with this, with the opper back in screens. I feel like it's way too easy to cross main. I feel like an opper in heaven watching ramp and then possibly switching over to watch the site is better. But I mean, a lot of people play in screens, so that's not the worst.
My head hurts. Like, can we just let them have this? It blows my mind. Like, I so vaguely remember this now that you told me it, but I never would have remembered this with. I can't believe that this has been in your on your back burner for a year.
Well, you know what? I'm passionate about
it.
Do
you like, are you taking a shower and you're just like, no, dude, yeah, that makes sense. The fucking angles are good. The angles work, man.
Every once in a while, it's like, it's fine. Who needs to see anything? We have ears. You know, I can hear exactly who's coming because all you need at that point in the
what
game.
Happens if what happens if they see that smoked and they just creep walk? They just creep.
Dude, that's perfect. Because if we spot them in A from the guy on the ramp, I'm brimstone, bitch. I'm mollying inside that smoke.
Yeah, but he's peeking. He's peeking, and it's too late. 5 of them already walked into main, and he just gets gunned down.
No, he's always looking at the smoke, right?
Who?
You want people to walk through the smoke.
No. Ramp. I'm sorry. Into main, up ramp. There's already 5 offense in there. Ramp goes to peak. Boom! They're dead. He's dead. No, and then you lose heaven. Heaven's gone. Now what's A doing? He's by himself, surrounded.
No, mid comes over, right?
He ain't coming up the vents. If offense owns heavens, no one's coming up the vents. That vents are fucked.
Well, I mean, don't get picked. What do you want me to say?
Peek, but don't get picked.
Right? If you got a Phoenix up here, throw a fucking flash out and then do a peek. You know,
now we're wasting flashes instead of just having a better smoke.
Stop. Okay, that's my piece. I said my piece about bind or split or whatever the fuck it's called.
Which one is it? It is split. It's split. Right. Split the ropes, bind the map.
The screen share. Well, I'll stop it. Why am I waiting on you?
It's fucking hilarious. It kind of makes me want to play Valorant, to be honest.
A little bit, yeah.
Nox and Rocky and them have been playing actually lately. How's your 40-year-old aim at?
It's bad, but tactically I'm good.
Tactically I'm there. I love how you said super secret. Guys, he told me to write down super secret old topic. Just so you guys know. I didn't know what that was.
Sometimes you carry shit with you.
Yeah. So,
And that I carried with me. It wasn't even that serious. But
we pick our burdens.
yeah.
Choose our burdens. Do I have any? No, just a dehydration, really.
Yeah, really.
Brain can't function at max capacity with such low fluid levels.
Now, I know that wasn't interesting to many people, but it's.
But he needed to get that off his chest publicly.
Yeah.
Publicly.
100%.
I feel like there was something I was gonna say, and I can't think of it. But yeah, Valorant's a good game. Valorant's a very good game. Are you gonna play the new CS?
Yeah.
When does that come out? That's pretty soon, isn't it?
It's summer. They haven't said a specific date, but they said summer of 2023.
Nice.
And it's gonna be free too, so why not?
Yeah. You got any 6 skins you'll be bringing over?
No. I sold all my boxes and I have a couple of stat tracks, but like really ugly shit. I never gave a shit about skins.
Oh, I had okay. So I watched this video that showed most popular names for a female baby at birth.
Okay.
Ever? Through the years per state, okay?
Uh-huh.
So it started in the 50s or 40s and it went to like 2018.
Uh-huh.
Now, in that time frame, there were 2 names that all the states had at the same time. There was only 2 times it happened. It was 2 different names. Once was in the
list of what?
In what?
How big is the list?
It was just what? Okay. No, it was just okay. So each year, each state had the most popular female given name, right?
Okay. So it was number 1 for all states.
Yeah, at the same time.
Okay. It was one Mary.
Nope.
Maria.
Nope. So one happened in like the 70s/80s. It was like late 70s, kind of early 80s era, and the other one was like 55ish. And the 55ish one surprised me hard. The 70s, 80s. No, 70s, 80s was like that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Stacy.
No, I like Stacy. No, Karen.
Tiffany.
No. Are you trying to get the 80s one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Not Tiffany.
No. Tiffany wasn't that popular, was it?
Oh, Tiffany was fucking huge, bro. I had 3 Tiffany's in one year in my class.
That's hilarious.
This
name I knew.
Danielle,
no.
Fucking Mary and Elizabeth aren't on the fucking list.
No. Elizabeth. I didn't think Elizabeth was that big. Mary, Maggie? I could see. Maggie?
Betty, I said. That's the nickname for Elizabeth.
Oh, no. I'll tell you if it's a nick. I'll tell you if it's a nick. Like if you get a nickname, I'll give it to you.
No, what I'm just saying is you pick an old woman out of a lineup. Her name's there's a good chance her name's Betty.
Ruth, Gertrude,
Ethel.
No. You're going way. Here's the thing: the 55 one, I wouldn't think of an old person name.
They're my parents' age. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't think of it as an old person name though. Like I don't think I know anyone named this in that age group.
Michelle.
No, I know her.
Ish.
Go back to the 80s one.
Barbara.
Karen, no. Barbara, no.
Fuck.
Go back to the 80s one. You can do that one. That one's the easier. Diana, no. Princess Di?
Princess Diana? Yeah.
Wasn't she only like 20 when she died in the 90s?
No, bro.
Brittany. No, that's a good guess, though.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
Come on, think. Dude, this one's so popular.
Jody.
No. Jody.
Kathy.
No.
Katie.
No. Katie's a good guess. No.
Eve.
Eve.
I don't know. Shut up.
The 80s,
Eleanor.
man.
Ellen.
No, Anna.
What do you mean? You just keep saying the 80s. I said Tiffany 40,000 times. Deborah.
That's a bad one. Deborah was very popular and almost got all the states. It didn't quite do it. Deborah
Shit.
was very close.
Anne? Or
Anne, no.
Anna is a good guess. Yeah.
No. Anne, I feel like would be a great guess for a middle name. I feel
Heather.
like Heather, no.
Fuck.
Think of some female celebrities.
Yeah, I did. Heather Locklear, bro. Kathy Ireland. That's what I'm thinking of.
Those are a little go a little bit younger. Give us a letter. Ooh, if I give you a letter, I think it'll give it away. How can I give you
Oh, what's her name? Susan.
8 letters. It's 8 letters. How about that? No, not Suzanne.
Susan. Looks like
So it's a longer name. This one's a longer name.
Losing my mind.
You are losing your mind.
Darlene.
No, that's in the 80s?
Samantha.
That is 8 letters. Okay. No, it's not. I was counting just to see if it was even 8. It's like Samantha sounds long. That's a lot of letters. It is. Okay, I'll give you another clue. All right. Of the 8 letters,
Okay. Yeah.
you have back to back the same letter in the middle. In the middle-ish, somewhere in the middle. Come on, that's got to give it away.
Dee.
What? Dee?
Stop. It was a joke.
Dee. Come on, how many names have 2 letters in a row of the same letter?
Colleen.
Colleen, you were really trying here.
Everyone's struggling. And by everyone, I mean me and Larla.
The 2 letters are N.
Connie.
No.
Adrian.
No. Isn't that your sister's name?
Yeah.
No, it was not the most popular name in 19.
Anne Marie?
Anne Marie?
Stop.
Well, I have to think American too. We don't have any Britneys. Really? It's kind of wild. That is fair though.
Vanessa? No, not Vanessa. That's not double N.
Oh, I like where your head's at though. Come on, dude.
Vanessa, Veronica.
There's a movie about her body. I think that's the name of it.
Jennifer? Oh, Jennifer.
Yeah.
How did you forget Jennifer?
Come on, Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer, dude. Okay, Jennifer's the 80s one. Now the hard one, right?
The hard one, 55, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the same clue I gave. I think I did this with Knox the other day. If you combine this name with your dad's name, get a popular brand from the 90s.
So it's Scott.
No, your dad's.
Oh, my dad.
A popular brand from the 90s. That doesn't help me. A popular brand for grade school girls.
Oh, Lisa.
How many Lisas do you know from the 50s? How is that the most popular name?
I don't know, man. It is. Yeah, that does seem.
That's wild.
I thought Lisa would be more 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Jennifer and Lisa.
My older sister had a friend named Lisa. God, she was cute. God damn it. I had such a crush on her when I was a kid.
Yeah, good for her. Good for you. Good for you and her.
No, it wasn't good for anybody.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw some video that kind of went through and showed the names change, and only twice did it have all the states, like including Alaska and Hawaii. And it was like, what the Lisa?
Lisa big in Hawaii? Big
Guess
in
so.
Alaska?
Yeah, it was all the states.
Wild.
Deborah
What
got really
triggered that?
close. Deborah got really close. And I think there was
What
another time
triggered
that
Lisa?
I think there was another time there was a different name, but somehow Utah was like, nah, fuck it, we're ruining this. Utah ruined it.
Yeah, maybe
Probably.
it was Tiffany.
Yeah, it could have been.
Dude, there were so many Tiffany's. I had so many fucking Tiffany's. Oh, they were all as far as the eye could see.
Really? I don't know if I've
Yeah,
had any Tiffany's. Like in any of the grades, like because I knew my whole high school, right?
yeah. Well, I was older than you.
What does that mean? Oh, you think Tiffany fell
Different
off in
group.
2 years?
Yeah,
Stop.
3 years even.
Whatever. You think it fell off in 3 years? Get out of here.
Could have.
What was what do you think the most popular name in your for a girl was in your school?
I don't
Is it
know.
Tiffany?
It might be.
I think mine
I
was.
don't know.
Mine probably was Jennifer. There were so many Jennifers.
I mean, I had a lot of Jennifers too.
Yeah. That was already, late 80s that people are getting born. I guess that's like right up your alley. Yeah, you should have had a ton of Jennifers.
Yeah, I definitely remember at least one or two.
Yeah, I remember
But
like 4.
piss off.
Yeah. Yeah, I had more
Funny to
Jennifers.
get
Suck
mad
on
at.
that. And a
Get
smaller
outta
school.
here. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what this show has become. We're just guessing names and talking about.
Hey, listen, it was. I thought it was interesting.
I like guessing games, okay? If you guys don't like guessing games, don't watch the show. It's probably good for
Okay.
publicity, right?
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of publicity, which was close to Felicity, which is a girl's name that we were just talking about, did you know there's like some Rothschild who bought some city in. I didn't fact check this, okay? This is something I saw on Twitter on my little cruiser. He bought some city in Arizona, named it Felicity after his wife, and like it's this super weird thing where you can take a tour of this whole city, but they like make you go to the center of this weird pyramid and like sign a contract and do this weird shit. It was just some clip, and it was the weirdest thing that is believable that I've seen in a while. And I kind of want to go see it, the city now. I want to see what the hubbub is about. What do you think about the Rothschilds?
They're the subject of many a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, do you buy into it? Do you think there's something going on there?
I believe their vast wealth probably has a lot of influence over different things. I don't know to what extent. All right, I'm not trying to like infiltrate secret societies, right? Or like think they're, the head of the Illuminati or some bullshit.
Aren't the stonemason like a real thing? Or is it the stonemasons?
I mean, they are an order.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like we'd be hard pressed to think they're like controlling anything.
You ever think about joining one? Joining a lodge?
Hell no, I'm not joining a Masonic temple.
Why not, dude? Get a little speeding ticket.
Why bother?
Make a call, goes away.
I mean, I feel like it's like at its heart, like shit like that, a Masonic temple, a lodge, or something. They're social clubs. They're ways to network with people.
Yeah.
And when you network with people, then you get opportunities that you wouldn't normally have. And then people can see that and be like, oh shit, what they got going on here? Oh, they're friends in the Masonic temple. You know what I mean? And it's like there doesn't need to be anything nefarious going on. It can simply be
I'm friends with a judge and he can't actually get rid of my parking ticket.
Right.
But it's not as deep as people make it out to be.
Right. It's just simple like cronyism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an adult frat house.
Yeah, essentially. I think most of what people think of as conspiracy theories is basically just like the normal resistance to changing the status quo, right? Things are bad. It's very easy for things to get worse as opposed to get better, right? It's just always easier for things to slide towards, say, corruption.
Entropy,
or to
right?
slide towards, everything's heading towards chaos.
Yeah.
Right. And it takes a lot of effort sometimes to fix things that go wrong. It's way easier to break something down than it is to build it back up.
Oh, bro, that's like my entire life.
Yeah.
Personal life.
It's like that shit happens. They see a system deteriorating and they think someone's evil hand is behind it because that it's in a way more comforting to them.
Yeah, right? they can point at someone and say bad man.
They're doing this to us rather than It's really us doing it to ourselves by not taking a stand, by not being involved, by not doing things, right?
Yeah.
That's like, hey, dude, we gotta, if we want less corruption, we gotta make sure we hold people accountable.
Yeah, put some elbow grease in there, huh?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm not saying there's no merit to conspiracy theories or like there aren't some kernels of truth in some wild shit people say,
Yeah.
right? Like, um,
Did we talk about this last week? Because I was just talking about this with someone, and like the whole
maybe. I
idea.
think we might have touched on it. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, the whole idea of like thinking that there's this. I think we did talk about this, right? Like the chances of having a government wide conspiracy where no one leaks, no one makes a mistake, no one flops. You know what I mean? Like trying to organize,
It's so low.
like 10 people is impossible. Try organizing thousands and not
Yeah.
having a
Right.
something not
Yeah,
work out.
but at the same time, there are plenty of backroom deals going on. There's plenty of lobbyists in Washington having an incredible amount of influence on what someone's vote is.
Right, but that's a more
That's
narrow
not
scope
really,
of what the
yeah, it's not
nefariousness
really,
is.
but that's not really, that doesn't satisfy a conspiracy theorist. They don't, I think a conspiracy theorist has a very small understanding of the world. Okay, because the world is so large, there is so much money out there,
Yeah.
and there are so many people that have it and want to use it to influence their lives or their business or their whatever or their industry or whatever. Okay, so there can be a bunch of different lobbying groups, say, having undue influence on senators or congresspeople or whatever. And if you look at all them together, it looks like there's some giant conspiracy to keep the common people down, right? But in reality, it's just those, you know, people having a lot of influence and us having very little of it. They're not together, but they're all doing the same thing with the same result.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing is just having common goals because of the positions. It looks like they're colluding, but they're not. They just both want to have power and money and shit or whatever it is.
Sure.
It's very weird to think about. I wonder, do you know how much money is in circulation for like US dollars?
No.
Because there is it's probably a number we can't fathom.
There's a finite amount. We don't print an infinite number of an infinite amount of money every year.
I mean,
right? Money does get destroyed. There is a supply. Right. So
we do print just fine though.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of interested. Let me do a Google search.
Fine.
How much US currency is in circulation?
But that doesn't even, it may not even touch on the total amount of US wealth.
Yeah, it doesn't because so much digital wealth and shit like that.
It's basically just like there's a spreadsheet in a bank. It says, okay, this person has this much and this person has that much. They don't actually have all of that on hand.
All right, if you had to guess how much do you
the bank run is?
Right. If you had to guess how much US currency is in circulation?
I don't know, 6 trillion.
2.3 trillion.
Okay.
6, I was kind of overshot it there a little bit.
Yeah, I did overshoot it.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's insane.
But again, it's less than you would think. I feel like 2 trillion, it's almost comprehensible. Like a trillion.
It is. I guess I was thinking of how much money is actually out there though. Like just in America, like how much money do Americans own? That's a number I'd like to know.
Yeah. Well, who knows?
Can it be done?
Maybe. I don't know. Not by us.
How much money do all Americans own?
But I think a huge portion of that is going to be the top 1%.
In 2018, U.S. households held over 113 trillion in assets. For context, that is over 5 times as much as all the goods and services produced in the U.S. economy in a single year. If that amount were divided evenly across the U.S. population of 329 million, this is from 2019, it would result in over 343,000 for each person.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine you having $300,000 in assets. All right, and imagine how much,
that also includes children too.
How much less you have than 300,000? Okay, and think someone's beating your ass to fuck up that average. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but there's like millions of people like me and like a couple of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so wild.
It is,
I don't
dude.
think
I just
people
need a little
appreciate
piece of
just
the pie,
how much
bro.
money the obscenely rich have.
I just need a little piece of
Okay,
that pie.
I want to talk about something that Larla brought up to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, she ended up sending it.
Yeah, she let yeah.
Oh, this would
Did you
be.
have a source on this, Larla? Just for our own sake. I believe it's not that I don't believe you. I absolutely will believe you. I did see something about this on Twitter that that police officers tased a 95-year-old woman with dementia
What?
because she had a knife. Right? She was in a nursing home. Police tased her, okay, because she was holding. I don't know what kind of knife she had. It's a nursing home. I imagine a butter knife, but
She was
even if it
90
was
something.
95, even if she was carrying a Bowie knife, okay. Oh, okay, Larla, I'll do the work.
It is our
Not
show.
hosting a podcast or anything. Um, woman tased, nursing home.
I can't imagine she has enough power to even swing a knife.
Okay, yeah, this was in Australia. All right, it's not always American cops. All right, these cops can be bastards all over
It's
the world.
cops all over the world, dude.
It is.
Was it
This
absolute power
woman,
corrupts
yeah,
absolutely? Or what is it?
this woman got tasered. Let me see what kind of knife she was wielding. Resident with a knife.
Please say
At the
butter
time she was
knife.
tasered, she was approaching the police. It is fair to say, at a slow pace, she had a walking frame. A walker.
What?
She was using a walker, but she had a knife. Okay? Can you imagine a woman moving a walker along but threatening you with a knife? You know? It's like, what's going on? Right? They tase this woman. They then arrest her, right? Full on do her thing. Okay? And now she's dead.
Oh, she died?
Yeah, she
I
died.
mean, it makes sense. You
It's
ain't fucking
just
surviving that kind of
it's just
altercation at
like
90.
it's these sorts of instances, right? And you know what? These I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the police have not and will not apologize for what they did for their behavior because they never do. All right. It's so ridiculously over the top that it's like, no, it's like, is there a real question why people don't like you? Is there a real question why people like don't believe you actually care about people or you're not trying to serve or whatever the fuck it is?
The
What are you
officer's been
so afraid
arrested,
of? Well,
charged.
good. Again, that yes, sure. I do not think there will be an apology of for killing a woman.
Apology from who? Do you want it from the
The police
individual?
department.
Oh, the department? I don't know.
It's like, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't get a knife away from a 95-year-old woman in a walker, go get a different line of work. Okay? Maybe being a police officer is not for you.
I can't fathom that, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to fucking try to take a knife away from a crazy person, but I can't imagine she's even moving fast or has the dexterity to actually be
A
threatened by it.
95-year-old woman, it's like, what would you be afraid of? If your niece had a knife and was coming at you, okay? How confident are you're going to be able to get the knife away from her without being hit?
Or you could just ask about my grandma. She has dementia and she's 96.
Okay. How how confident would you be? Your 96-year-old grandma, she's a little confused. She thinks you're a lizard man, right?
I'm gonna be honest. She's
Um,
actually pretty nimble for 96.
okay.
I'd be
Would
a
you be
little
worried
bit,
about getting stuck?
huh?
Would you be worried about getting stuck?
Actually, a little bit. She is capable of it. I'm pretty sure.
You're a wimp. Can you please?
Just because I'm a wimp because I don't want to get stuck. Get out of here.
I don't know, man. It's like,
But she's not in a fucking walker. Actually, no, that's not true. She is in a walker now. She scoot or no, maybe not anymore. She was in a walker when she had her hip surgery.
bro, all you got to do is circle her. She's not going to turn nearly as fast as you are. She's a keyboard turner now. That's what old people are. They're keyboard turners. They can't get around.
Bro, she
You
isn't. I
understand?
mean, before
If
the
someone's
hip thing,
using a
she's.
walker, they're not twisting.
Oh yeah, in a walker, no, yeah.
All you got to do is come up from behind.
Well, also, how is there not like two cops? Like one distract her, the other just come and like tap it out of her hand. I can't
don't
imagine her
know.
grip strength is that hard.
Again, this is just wild stuff, right? There's just no way a police officer really, unless they're the dumbest person you've ever met, they can't really believe that a taser on a 95-year-old person is safe. All right, they can't be under that impression. They cannot be believing that a taser, that much electric shock going through someone that old in a walker is going to result in a healthy outcome. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying. I don't. It's weird. It's weird, and I don't know why. I don't. I don't
I'm
know.
not, I mean, okay, you say weird, I say ludicrous.
The thing is, it's like you can't defend it. Like it's like, what are you tasing a 90-something-year-old for?
Right. It's just like, can you be a human being? You know what I'm saying?
Well, like I'm trying to empathize and say like, how could I get there? That I feel like I need to tase a 90-year-old, and I just can't imagine it. Like even if
Okay.
she has
It's
a
like,
knife, I don't.
yeah, even if she has a knife, what is she going to do? You know what I'm saying?
I
You
can't
think
imagine
she's
she has the
plunging
wrist
it
strength,
into your
man.
chest? Right? Like they have body armor on. And even if they don't, it's like, what's the most she's gonna do?
Yeah.
Scratch you
You ever see
with
those? You
it?
ever see like the people in like third world countries fuck with like snakes and gators and shit?
Right.
It's
They
like,
just like come up and they whack him on the head, and it's like, yeah, get out of here.
yeah, and it's like, how we can't do that with a old lady with a
They're
knife?
so nonchalant about it too. It's like, oh yeah, get out of here, you
Although I
dangerous
wonder,
animal.
do you think any aspect of this is like protocol? Like you can't do that because if you do get stabbed, you get fucked. Like if you do get a serious injury because you didn't quote unquote follow protocol, you're in trouble then.
I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I wouldn't doubt if there is such a thing, but I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about the
But
police. You know what I'm saying?
regardless of that, after she's fucking tased, you don't need to fucking put your knee on her chest and arrest her, right?
Yeah.
She isn't running
What are
away.
we
She isn't.
doing here?
So clearly there is there's some
Have you
issues.
ever touched a 90-year-old person?
They got paper
It's like,
skin, bro.
yeah, dude, it's like you feel like they're going to break at any moment. You
Yeah.
apply any pressure at all, it's like, I don't know, I'm going to pull this woman's arm out of her socket. I don't know what's happening. You
I
know,
don't know
it's
how
like
she gets out of bed.
I had to. So when my maternal grandmother, she was like 76 or something. She was dying at the time. We didn't know it, but she was she was falling all the time. She ended up having cancer or whatever. But she was just like towards the end, she was out of it. But she was still at a point where she could kind of get around and like live at home or whatever.
Yeah.
But she was falling a lot. And one time
Why was she?
she
Wait,
fell.
was she? What kind of cancer was it?
It's like I'm not sure. It was like liver cancer, I think.
Oh, and it just like made her so weak that
And it had spread, and yeah, and it
okay.
spread or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she was weak. She had fallen, and she was by the phone, and she got a hold of my sister and me, my younger sister and me, to come over and help her up. Okay, I get over there. Okay, this story's gonna take a turn. All right,
Okay.
I get over there. First off, she's naked.
Oh
Okay,
no.
so
Did
my
she just get
poor
out of the
sister.
shower?
I think, yeah, and she fell coming out or something. My poor sister, she had to like crawl to the phone, I'm pretty sure, to get to it to call us.
Oh my god.
My poor sister had to get clothes on our grandmother, this 76-year-old woman, right? It couldn't have been a pretty sight. It had to have been harrowing. And I know perhaps for Larla the nurse, looking at naked people, people's naked bodies is just
Standard
passe.
practice, yeah.
But yeah, it's a day it's just a normal day.
Yeah.
Okay. But for me, it's like I do not want to see any
Yeah,
of my
it's
grandparents
not that
naked.
yeah, it's not. I don't
So my heart goes out to my sister on that one. However, after we get there, after she gets clothes on her, we have to like pull her up and get her to a seated position. And my God, I could not, there was nothing for me to grab onto that didn't make me feel like I was going to break her, you know? And this woman was only 76.
yeah.
Right? The woman in Australia is 95.
Well, different
Okay.
people. There's definitely different levels. Like my dad's approaching 70, and he's still an ox, man. I don't know what's going on with him. He's like a fucking gorilla.
Okay, well, yeah, that's your dad, all right?
I know, but I'm just saying, there's like some people's 70 is other people's 80 and 90 and whatever. But
Okay.
yes, go on. Go on about your paper grandma.
Anyway, at 95, there just doesn't seem to be a reason to do anything. She's not a threat. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
I just feel like there's just
I mean,
once some
she
people put the
died.
badge
Obviously, you
on,
went too far.
they stop being human beings. That's the issue. That's one of my big issues.
Wait, once what happens?
When they put the badge on, they stop being people, right? They only want to be enforcers. Everything is a threat to them, and they deal with it
I
in
think
the
some of
harshest
them
way
are that
possible.
way, but I think they're also just being humans a lot of times when that they don't want to risk getting stabbed, even if it is a 90-year-old. I mean, I don't know how nimble she is, but
Even if it costs a 95-year-old woman her life.
no, obviously it went too far if they fucking pinned her to the ground and put their knee on her and shit, right?
Okay.
But as far as disarming or maybe there's protocol they have to follow or something like that, maybe I obviously they could do better than that. Like I don't think
Okay,
they need a
that's fine.
taser.
Okay, change the fucking protocol.
I mean that, yeah,
Right?
that
How
too
about the
maybe.
protocol be also use your best judgment?
Well, everyone's judgment is
And
so
then
different.
the previous protocol should be have judgment. You know?
Have judgment, use the best one.
Yeah. Fucking cops.
Obviously that guy fucked up. That fucked up bad. That's like not okay. Um, I don't know. How did she even
All
get a
right.
knife?
Thank you. Mealtime, bro. She's got to cut the meatloaf.
Ain't nobody giving an old 90-year-old lady, how can she cut it? If
Maybe
she
she
can cut the
fucking
meatloaf, she
maybe she
can
got
cut your
smuggled
meatloaf.
into her. Maybe her son brought it into her.
They should never have been there. The cops shouldn't
Yeah,
have been
that
there.
too. Yeah, that too. That's a problem. It's a problem. Not only things escalate to the point where it's like, hey, let other people handle it, right? So I'm sure this happens in nursing homes. It did here, where it's like you're basically management tells the staff, don't deal if they're getting violent or anything. Don't deal with it. Call the police. Let them handle it. They probably are like, we don't want to get sued. We don't want a liability issue.
Right,
Call the authorities and get them over here.
right.
Okay. However, this creates these situations, right?
Yeah.
That sort of attitude creates this sort of thing. And it also happens in schools. Well, American schools, I don't know about Australian ones. They call the police a lot. Like you'll see stories pop up of, hey, 5-year-old gets arrested for whatever. You know what I mean?
5-year-old?
Yeah, there's been stories like that.
No shot.
It's like, no, man, why are we calling the police over a behavioral issue in a school? That's your job as the principal or
I mean, I'll be
whoever.
honest. I've seen some videos like on Twitter and shit of like it's obviously high schoolers, so it's not a 5-year-old, but like I I don't know how these teachers do it. Like I would not want to be a teacher.
Oh yeah,
Like fuck
teaching
that.
sucks.
Yeah, but like these kids that are, because the thing is, when kids are like getting into high school, they're big, they're strong, like they can fuck you up, and they if they don't give a shit, if they don't give a
Yeah,
shit and they start attacking you, it's like, and like I've seen the videos, it's like fuck this, I would walk
yeah.
out. That's I'm not fucking here to fight people or raise a kid.
School discipline is an illusion, and some children they come to understand that those teachers can't actually do anything,
Right,
especially physically,
right,
to them.
right.
They could just do whatever they want,
Yeah.
really. I mean, they're fucking over their education in the long term. However, at that point, they don't care,
Well, they
and
don't
they
know. They're
realize
fucking dumb and young.
they have they have this power that they're just going to wield at a moment's notice.
Yeah. Well, actually, some kids figure that out even with their own parents that they don't really
Oh
have.
yeah, sure.
They're like, no, fuck you. I'll call the CPA or whatever. Is it CPA? Child
No,
Protection
it's
Agent?
CPS, Child
CPS.
Protective Services.
Yeah, what is CPA? That's something too.
That's for like accountants, I think.
Is it?
Isn't
Yeah.
that the exam
I'll call your
to become
CPA,
an
Dad.
accountant?
I know you've been embezzling.
Um, but yeah, like it's very tough and especially in a high school, especially in a rough high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like I don't want to deal with you. That's why the worst year of my life was me teaching a year in my old high school because I would just get these kids who would just tell you no, right? And then I would have other like I had this kid. His name was fucking Todd. You know what I mean?
Shut
And it's
up.
like the last thing I want is to deal with some fucking kid named Todd, you know, acting like a goddamn hard ass,
But that's what I'm saying.
right?
Like, I don't like. Who fuck wants to be
You
a
know,
teacher?
and the librarian, the other librarian, she was the full-time one. I was part-time. And she's like, "Hey, can you go over and just watch all the kids, yada yada yada, you know, make sure they're on task."
Wait, is this high
And
school,
I'm like,
Todd?
"Yeah, this was high
Okay.
school."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll head over." And then Todd wasn't doing, he was, I don't know where he came from, but he wasn't doing anything, right? He was just sitting there goofing off. He was being a disturbance. I told him to knock it off. He didn't. I was like, "Hey, like, you know, you're not doing anything, man. You're not listening to what I say. You got to go." Right? And he was just like, "No," he just refused to move. He just refused to leave, right? And I remember this was like, I knew this was the end for me, like the nail in the coffin, right?
For your
The other
career.
librarian was like, "Oh, he's in from so and so's class." And it was like, "Oh, you're not going to back me up on this? Like you're going to let him stay
And be
after I told him
disruptive.
he had to leave, you
Yeah.
know?" And it's like, "Ah, no, I'm not playing those games." You know what I mean? Like I already hate this, and I hate being a disciplinarian in the first place. You know, I just want to, you know, tell kids about cool books,
Yeah.
right? Or help them with their research. I'm not trying to make sure they don't, you know, they're doing their work in the library. I hate that shit. And you made me do it, and then you didn't back me up when I tried to deal with a problem.
How
And I,
about
more than anything, I just wanted to just lace into this fucking kid. You know, I just want to be like, "Oh
yeah, this is
yeah,
where the
is this your strategy, Todd?" You know?
yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years,
Yeah,
Todd?
it's like, you're a real hard ass, aren't you, Todd? God damn
You
it.
probably had a terrible home life.
I don't give a fuck. He deserved a beating or three.
Oh, now you're okay with beatings, huh? But
Yeah.
if it's an old lady with a knife, no.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's crazy though. I really have so much sympathy for fucking
I never
teachers.
want to do that again. A lot of teachers have to just like turn it off. They just have to like get through it, you
Well, I
know.
don't understand.
I
Like,
imagine
what
it's
is?
very similar to like nursing, where
Yeah,
it's just like you gotta turn off. You
you gotta
can't
stop
like,
caring and not let them
yeah, you
get to
gotta
you.
stop caring a little bit and get through the fucking job, because that's what you have to do.
Yeah. Well, the problem is you turn it off too much, and all of a sudden you're
Yeah,
not
you're a
doing the thing you
robot.
love, right? Or you're not. I don't know. It's
Thank
sad.
God I'm out of there. Thank
But
God
it's just
that's
like,
over.
what are these teachers supposed to do when you can't physically discipline them? You can't actually
You
get them to.
have there. I mean, most American schools have security. You got to call security and have them removed from the classroom.
Yeah, I would hit them.
And I don't even recall, like the thing is, it's getting worse, and I can't really point a finger as to why. We didn't even have, I mean, we had security in our school. I never saw them go to a classroom and have to forcibly remove a student,
Yeah.
right? Like they would almost always leave on their own, or if you sent them to detention, they would go to detention.
Yeah.
Anytime we had to send a kid to detention from the library, we had to call a security guard to escort them
That's
first.
wild. Did you have a security guard growing up in your high school?
Yes, but he wasn't, they weren't actual police officers. They were just guys or
Oh.
gals.
Yeah, I didn't. We didn't
Mostly
have any of that.
women. You know, the women who sat at the front, they sat at the door and made you sign in when you came in or
Like when you
whatever.
came in late or something.
Yeah, you came in late, or you were on senior privilege and you
Yeah.
signed out and signed in or whatever the hell.
Yeah, we just had the front office lady for that.
Yeah, so we didn't, it wasn't this big force, and now it's like,
But yeah, it
well,
seems
there's a
like
police officer at every fucking school.
there's more defiance in youth, right? Or like or something or like less respect for
I don't
teachers,
know.
maybe less respect for
I
authority.
mean, I agree that there is a less respect for teachers in general. I mean, I think that also stems from parents who will argue with teachers day and night
Yeah.
just to like,
Well, it's
I mean, I don't
it's
know.
weird because well, I saw this meme a while back or a video or something like that where like the it was something like nowadays if like Billy gets in trouble, mom comes to the school and or dad comes to the school and yells at the teacher, right? But back in the day
Right.
it was like if Billy got in trouble,
Right. I mean,
Billy would get
it's
in trouble at home for getting in trouble at
yeah.
school. Like, what are you doing?
Basically, it's basically say like a loss of community, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a village. Like it takes a village.
Yep.
Everybody's kind of on the same team to making sure Billy, right, grows up to be a decent human being. And if he
Yeah.
does something wrong, everyone's on board with saying, "Hey,
This is wrong.
you got to fix it, kid."
Yeah.
Right? But when somebody does some dumb shit and then their parents back them up and say, "No, my kid's an angel," it's like, well, okay, they're just going to keep being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of parents like that in the not only in public school but especially in private school because they're paying the tuition, so they think they can just come in and be like, "Hey, no, my kid's not doing this.
I
My
ain't
kid's
paying
this.
15 grand a year for this
Right? Why is
bullshit.
my kid's grade so low?"
Because he doesn't do the homework,
Yeah.
Mr.
You know, the
Probletsky.
dirty secret in a lot of private schools is that no one's failing. Like they're not going to let you fail. Like you're
Because it
going.
looks
I
bad
don't
for
know how
them,
dumb
right?
you are. You're getting passed.
If someone
Right.
fails out of a private school, the school doesn't look as good, right?
Right. Like you can't get it. Like you're just not. I had my principal just essentially tell all the teachers, like, yeah, we're not doing Fs. You know what I mean? Like straight
What?
up, we're not doing Fs.
I
And
think
it's
I
like,
saw something recently where like that is yeah, I've seen similar stuff like that recently
have
where
fun out
people
there, Lila. We're only sticking around for another 15 minutes anyway.
yeah, we're doing the 2 hour shows now, so you're good.
We may even have to push Target back to next week. We're talking about things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can squeeze Target in. Is it really gonna be that long?
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know why we're debasing the educations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything works. Everyone gets C's. Teachers have no authority. You don't want to back them. But I mean, the thing is, there are situations where you might have a disagreement with the teacher, and it is important to be like, hey, you know, I'm not okay with that or whatever.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But generally speaking, it's
100%.
gone too far the other way, I think.
Right. I feel like parents feel like they should have the ultimate control over everything, every little detail their child learns or does or whatever. They want to know exactly where their child is at every second of the day.
Well, not even
And
just
it's
that.
like,
It's like
oh,
if your kid is trying to fist fight the teacher, do something. Like, what is going on in your home? How is this a thing?
I don't know.
Like, did you see? I saw there was a video where this lady had a problem with a kid. He was bigger, right? He was a big boy, and he had like a switch in class, and so she took it away from him. And she's like walking away through the halls with the switch or whatever, and he comes running out off screen and just fucking drills her to the ground and starts pounding her. And it's like, what is fucking happening here? How is this? And like people, like it took so long for anyone to react or whatever. And it's like, I can't imagine that happening when I was in high school. Like a teacher, like a student beating the piss out of a teacher because they took your fucking video game away in class? What the fuck is happening, man?
Yeah, it reminds me of those stories you see every now and again, or like a kid murders their parent for taking away their Xbox or
Oh my
whatever.
god, yeah. But do you think that that's like they were bad parents, or do you think that the kid's just like deranged? There's something wrong with the kid.
I don't know. It's probably a little column A, a little column B. Like
That's
they
crazy.
didn't instill this like sense of like, hey, you do wrong, it's going to be fixed, right? And then it was too late to like start it, right?
Do
And
you
then
think there was like a lack of like maybe love or something like that in the family too, that like, because the thing is, I feel like if you form a
very hard.
really good relationship with your kids as they grow up, they're not going to want to disappoint you. So when you say like, "Hey, you fucked up," they were like, "Oh, I feel bad," not like I'm going to
No,
kill
I
you.
agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, obviously there was something gone wrong there,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, it's hard to like, there's been multiple instances of that sort of thing,
Right.
so it's hard to be like, okay, well, I'm not sure there even is a common thread. Like sometimes a kid just turns out to be a piece of shit, right? Rather, even if you tried to do everything right, and as a parent, and parents are not, they don't. Right, like you're not going to be a
You're going to do
perfect
your
parent.
best
Nobody
and
is.
at best be
Right.
like 70%,
You're going
right?
to do shit wrong,
Yeah.
right? But the consequences of doing shit wrong, as long as you're trying your best, really should result in being murdered, I guess. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. I mean,
So
they even say showing up is like half of parenting, right? And I think that's generally
yeah,
pretty
so
good.
it's like, well, I don't know. Maybe there's just something
That's like
missing here.
you ever I think Jordan Peterson talks about it, and maybe I've talked to you about it before. But he talks about how the military has done like extensive like cognitive tests and shit like that or whatever, and pretty much you know the moral of the story is that like 10% of the population isn't fit to work in the military, where they want pretty much anyone, right?
Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean, like mentally?
Yeah, like their IQs. If they're, I think the military can't take anyone with an IQ lower than 83 or something like
Okay.
that. And so you have, I mean,
Are
this
you
isn't,
saying people are getting dumber?
no. I'm saying there are some things that can't be fixed, right? Like maybe this deranged kid or people who just aren't very smart. But it's like,
Okay.
how does that? It needs to be dealt with, because if 10% of the people aren't fit to work in a environment where they will take literally anyone, how are they going to fit into society in general, right? You can't just throw them on the streets. You can't just like throw them away or kill them. How do you?
Well, I mean, you can throw them on the street. That's what California does.
I know, but it's not ideal. Like there needs to
I
be a
know.
good
That's not a
solution.
natural solution. Um, I don't know. It's a sticky problem. I
Yeah,
mean, you're just going to have people that can't fit anywhere.
but it's
Uh,
crazy to think that, you know, they're just, and this sounds bad, but they're just too dumb to have like even a basic job,
Listen,
right?
I'm fine with dumb people. Dumb people can find a job. Okay, a low IQ person can get a job doing whatever. You know what I mean? It's not the dumbness that's the problem. It's the nastiness. It's the meanness. It's the lack of kindness. You know, those are the problem people,
Do you think
right?
that sometimes goes hand in hand if they don't have if they're such a low
No,
IQ that
not
they,
always.
not always,
Um,
but
I
is there a
I don't know.
correlation?
I'm not sure there's a causal link there. Um, I mean, there may be a correlation, but as we know, correlation is not causation.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just like, hey, it's a very basic lesson that do unto others as you do unto them, as do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The golden rule. Fuck.
You know, I thought about that too. Like, and that's generally kind of how I live my life. But as I get older, I realize not everyone wants to be treated the way I want to be treated.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always
Well, why is
that
that your problem?
well, it always doesn't work out. Like I could think that I'm treating someone well based on how I'd want to be treated, but it's actually not. They're not okay with it still, or they think it's still offensive, or
Okay.
they
Well,
think,
then that's a conversation they can have with you.
yeah. Well, a lot of people don't confront people that have, or you know, don't have.
Well,
They don't
that's
do
what we're
confrontations.
learning. Yeah. Well, they got to learn.
Yeah.
We have to. I think as a society, we may need to be okay with a little more confrontations.
I
Right.
would
We need to be
100%
able to
agree.
talk to people to like hash out issues where we're not, ignoring each other or just pretending we don't
Well,
exist.
like
We
proper
have to.
confrontations too, right? Like it's weird how like a lot
Right.
of the political confrontations are just like, you're a fucking transphobe. Oh yeah, well you're a piece of shit, whatever, liberal, or it's just name calling, right? Just to try to dehumanize people so you don't have to have a
Sure.
conversation about middle
Well,
ground.
ob it also obfuscates the real problems, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
if you just call someone a transphobe, you're not going to get a sense of what their actual issue is,
Right.
right? And so if you never get to that point, there's no way to address it. Now, the issue with that sort of thing is we live on the internet, right? And
Yeah.
one of the problems is that people argue in bad faith. So even if you take someone argument in good faith and then you explain to them what it's like, hey, my issues with issue X are A, B, and C, right?
Yeah.
And you go ahead and you take the time and you're like, hey, here's what here's A, here's B, and here's C. This is, like you come up with these counter arguments. You take that time, right? And then they just come up with some bullshit. It's like they don't want to talk to you about it. It's like your good behavior does not get rewarded the vast majority of the time, right?
I mean that's, yeah. You think that's more prevalent in on the internet than IRL?
Yes, people claim they want an actual discussion, but when push comes to shove and having a discussion, they back the fuck up. And it's like, no, I didn't actually want to debate anybody, or I didn't want to talk about this. It's like, well,
Well, people do have a
don't
hard
say
time
you
admitting when
are.
they're
Don't
wrong.
say you're open minded when you're not. Yeah, people do have a hard time, but again, if we're going to grow as a people, we need to be okay with making mistakes. We need to be okay with owning mistakes, and we need to be okay with recognizing that making mistakes is a very human trait,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't mean you're a piece of shit, or it doesn't mean you're less than to find the error, to be finding the error of your ways.
I think that's I know you kind of just think Destiny's okay, but I think that's one of the things I like most about him, why I keep watching him, is I think he's probably one of the most good faith arguers I know. Like he it feels like he constantly gives the benefit of the doubt, or he tries his best to understand their position, and then always has a good it's not just like, oh, you're a piece of shit. He has a good reason for it, whatever he's going to argue
Well,
against.
yeah, he's a debater.
He,
That's
he
kind of
is
what he does.
he is, but he's good faith, and like so many, it's refreshing to see, like consistently good faith. Maybe not always, but it seems like all the time. And I appreciate the shit out of that. Admire even.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
someone you admire,
I do. I like Destiny a lot.
someone you go to Meyer with. I was in Meyer today.
You were in Meyer?
Yeah,
I thought you said you didn't have Myers by you.
I don't have
Oh,
Meyer.
that's
I'm
right. You're
not
no.
at.
Oh,
I'm
that's
in.
right.
Yeah, I'm in Dayton, so there's
Yeah,
Meyer here.
that's funny. That's my doc. So when I talked to my doctor, right, and he's like, he's so nice. I really do like him. But he's sitting there like talking to me about like how much things cost and shit. He's like, so you can get this omeprazole. Do you go to Costco? I'm like, yeah, I go to Costco. He's like, they have these deals all the time. Yeah.
You know, you told this exact story
No, but I didn't tell you the
earlier in the
part.
podcast.
I didn't tell you the part about. So he's like, oh, you can go to Meijer and get Gatorades. Gatorades are only like $1.25 there. I'm dehydrated. What do you want from me?
Yeah, are you getting your? Has your Gatorade been delivered right this second?
Yeah, I turned around. And my mom like started talking and then stopped, and I'm in mid story. It's like, what's going on here?
Get her on the cast.
That would be wild. She's an interesting one. She is
I'd love to hear her
she has a
thoughts
lot
on
of
her brood.
what?
I said I'd love to hear her thoughts on her Oliver brood.
Uh she would sugarcoat it like a mama would, you
I'm
know.
sure she would, but you know what? I can read between the lines.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
maybe I'll have her on one time.
yeah,
Um she's very smart. She knows a lot of random useless information. Like she'd do well on Jeopardy sort of such.
sure. Good. We'll go head to head. I'll put her on the fucking cast right at 7:30.
Yeah. I'll float it by her, see what she thinks.
All
That'd be
right.
funny.
We're hitting that 2 hour mark. I think we talked about a lot of stuff. We didn't get to topic number 4, but I like that we had a cast full of content.
That's true. Well, do you want to dive into it? We got
No,
a couple
no,
minutes.
I don't. We can save it for next time.
Oh,
Not
okay.
going anywhere.
Hey. Next week on
Next
Pump
week. Okay,
and
so
and
anything
Repump.
anything we want to do for any
Oh,
idea what we want to do for homework?
hey, what about yours? Did you do it?
Oh, so you challenged me to have as many vitamins as I could stand.
Flintstones, as you could sneak.
Yeah, I got scared because, as you know, I'm susceptible to kidney stones.
Oh, that's fair.
Am I
That's
gonna eat all these minerals?
yeah, it's just gonna build up.
So
That's fair. I didn't even think of that.
I got up to 4, and then I was like,
Yeah, I could
I'm
crush
not
another 14, but
I could have easily like Bolt and his wife are so absorbed in like dealing with the children. You know
yeah,
what I mean? That I could have easily just kept going.
yeah,
It would have not have been a challenge whatsoever. But
that's funny.
oh, man,
I didn't
it's
even
so
think
good.
about that. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Next week Seth tries Pedialyte. I've had Pedialyte before. They're actually really good. They're like
Yeah,
salty
that's what you're
treats.
drinking. That's what Pedialyte is. That's the Elite in Pedialyte is electrolyte.
I know, but they're better than I'm getting
Now,
Gatorade.
okay, what flavor did you get? Is it fierce melon?
No, it's not. I don't know. I don't know. My mom has it downstairs.
Oh,
She,
you'll be surprised.
yeah,
Next week we'll find out what the flavor was.
yeah. Well, there's 3 or 4 of them. So melon, bro, puke. What was I gonna say? Oh, how was your weekend with Bolt?
It was good. I saw the kids. They're doing good. It was short because He did. I asked to come down Memorial Day weekend because it was the long, we would have had the long weekend, and he was like, "Well, we should come down this weekend." And then come to find out, he had canceled his plans for Memorial Day, so I could have just came down that week.
Wow.
But other than that, it was awesome. We watched Dungeons and Dragons the first night I
Ooh,
was
was it
there.
good?
It was good. It was. I'm not. It wasn't. It's not like gonna win an Oscar, but it was
Yeah.
funny and it was fun.
Shit.
What
What'd you watch it on?
I don't know. I forget.
Is it streaming on something, or did
I
you
think
rent
so.
it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's streaming now. And then we watched some other stuff. What did we watch the other nights? We were gonna watch Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, because Bolt's wife wanted to watch it really bad, but we didn't.
I have no idea what that is.
Couldn't get that. It's a Judy Blume novel. It doesn't matter.
June.
John Wick 4.
Watch John Wick
that
4?
was bad. Yeah, we watched John Wick 4. It was terrible.
Really? Did you like the other John
Yes.
Wicks?
John Wick 1, and then they all got progressively worse. It's just a nonstop action scene. It's like, I've seen this before. Oh, God, it dragged on so long. It was 2.5 hours.
It's like listening to a band that has all the same songs.
Yeah, dude, it was just like, dude, this can't be action movies now. Like, this is just, there's nothing exciting about this because it's just every time.
People love it, though. What'd it get for ratings?
Dude, it was bad. I don't know. I don't know what it got, but my gosh, it was an endless series of fights. And it was like, well, there's nothing exciting about these. There were some cool instances, but there were just so many fight scenes, man.
Why don't you go ahead and guess what it got from the audience and from Tomato?
86%.
94 and 93.
Dude, I got it. Maybe I'm just done with action movies.
Maybe
I'm over them. But both me and Bolt were like, this is dragging on. We had to fast forward through a couple of the fights at the end because it was just.
You fast forwarded?
And
that's really bad.
It wasn't good, and it was just.
Maybe you're not an action man.
And then we watched one more movie. I forget what. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Ooh, how was that?
It was fine. It was good.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think my favorite was Dungeons and Dragons, though.
Yeah, I really want to.
Last story of the night. I know we're going over the 2 hours. But there was a guy in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. There's a guy from Bridgerton, the show on Netflix.
Yeah.
And we didn't know who it was. And Heather, Bolt's wife, she watches Bridgerton. Okay. So in the opening credits of the opening scene of this movie, they're like up for, like the people, Chris Pine and somebody else they're up for parole and they have to argue their case.
Okay.
And they're waiting for some guy to arrive whose name is Jarnathan. Not Jonathan, Jarnathan.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, hey, is Jarnathan gonna be here? And they're like constantly like wondering where Jarnathan is, and everyone else is like, just shut up about Jarnathan and we'll just state your case.
I hate hearing you even say the name. Go on.
I know. So anyway, Jonathan shows up. He's a bird person, okay? It's like full on bird. Like not even like there's nothing human about him except he walks standing up. You know what I mean? He's got the full wings, full beak, full feathers. He's just a giant bird person.
Does he have pecs?
And he has like no, I mean they'd be feathered. He's wearing a shirt.
Oh,
right?
okay.
But he has these like huge animatronic eyes. And Jonathan shows up. He says one word, okay? And bear in mind, this is a giant bird, right? And Heather's like, that's the guy from Bridgerton. And it's like, me and Bolt are like, what are you talking about? That's a giant bird.
She just sniped that real quick, huh?
Basically, off of one word he said, she's like, that it wasn't the guy from Bridgerton. Spoiler alert, okay?
It was or wasn't?
It was not.
Shut up.
He showed up later in the movie. Right?
She had that confidence.
I just could not stop laughing. It's like, on what planet do you think this bird person is? Some guy, like, why would they get a guy from Bridgerton to do this? He's like, it's just a guy in a suit.
To be fair, they have Groot and the raccoon.
Anyway, that was the Guardians. That's a different movie. I was talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, movies do that where they have just the voice for.
Yes, I understand that, but it was just so ludicrous.
No, that is funny though. That's very funny.
But yeah, Dungeons and Dragons was fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. We don't have any homework, which is fine. We'll get something. I'm going to do my level best to get Jim on the podcast. I
Your
don't know
what?
what we're going to
Level
talk about.
best?
My level best. You've never heard that phrase?
No.
Hmm.
I've heard of keeping the shit to shoe.
Yeah, I've got a lot of phrases apparently you've never heard. So
My level best? What is that? Like
yeah,
it's leveled?
I'm going to try. It's like I'm going to try my best.
Well, I know,
You
I
know?
can use context clues, but what is the level supposed to like? What is the level referring to?
I don't know. My most even keeled. I don't know, honestly. It's just a phrase.
Did you make this up when you were younger?
No, I did not make it up.
It's been around since the 80s because you started using it when you were 3.
Are you are you making a Timmy reference? I don't know what you're
No,
doing.
no, nothing.
Oh.
What? Timmy? No.
Well, I said I had Timmy since I was 3. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
I just
about.
picked a random number.
Oh. Close the stream.
Okay,
We'll see you
chat.
guys later.
See you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we do.
I appreciate you.
I
Even you.
No, you
Mister.
can speak for me.
Oh,
in that
we
one.
appreciate you.
And we'll have an update on my Gatorade endeavor.
Yeah, we'll get a health update, 100%.
And get some core keeper in Tuesday, ideally.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully,
Get some
Should be faking
Prilosec.
it again.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll die. Don't say that. That's not
I
funny.
didn't even have to say it. You said it. Don't say that.
Ray Lonitz's birthday. Oh, sure. I meant to tell you that, Stas. Did you know?
No.
No. My Snapchat told me.
Oh.
All right, chat. Go say hi to the birthday boy, and we'll see you next week.
Later.
Peace.